Hey guys, Ace Maverick. Welcome to the first episode of Ace Generations, where we talk about more of a personal type of historic video. We talk about Generation 1 through 10 in this first episode, and then the next we go through 11 through 20 and so on and so forth. So if you don't know what a generation is, I hope that you check my channel trailer out if you're new. Basically, a gen is Gen 1, Generation 1 is the first game I played. And then the second game I played, I call it Gen 2 for this channel. Of course, in life, I would be on like Gen 1000 or something because I played so many games. But we're going to talk about the history of from Gen 0, we'll talk about that, to Gen 10. So, it was November, I think it was November 19th. How do I not remember my birth date on for Ace Maverick on this channel? I know it's in November. I think it's November 19th. And boom, there was nothing. It was blank. And then, I guess you could call it Gen 0 if you want. Boom! The Ace logo is the first thing to be on the channel art roster. If you're a YouTuber, you know what channel art means. So we have the Ace logo, things are about to get started. And then we jump into Gen 1, which was Mario and Sonic at the 2020 Olympic Games. Tokyo, or the freaking title is so long in the what do you call it? The what words go first? Is it Olympic first or 2020? I don't know, but it was Mario and Sonic who got added to the roster. When I was first thinking for picking these, I just thought these are classic characters. We're gonna pick classic art. Mario, you could say, could get a different art if I'm talking about classic, but we went with that Mario. And then Sonic, he probably could get changed, but you know, I picked it at the time, so we're gonna keep that Sonic forever. I think that's what they call classic Sonic. Because classic and modern Sonic, if you play the Sonic games, they're actually different. It's not the same Sonic. That's kind of weird, but Mario and Sonic just wanted to pick a classic pick when it comes to putting them on the roster, so I just put classic art for them, and there they are. We'll talk about Mario's cap in the future in this video, but you know, that's just what I picked. And then Mario and Sonic. Then we'll talk about the game as well. So personally, for me, the Olympic series for Mario and Sonic has been a close one to my heart. It's been like a childhood favorite. That's why it's high on my tier list, like A tier, and I think it's the top game I played on the channel for me, just because it has that charm when I played it as a kid. And the first one I ever played was the Beijing on the DS. Dude, that game was, I think I would still love it to this day, but my DS broke and all that stuff, sadly. But ever since that, and then, you know, I saw just when I was getting all my equipment before starting the channel, I didn't want to start with like bad equipment. Olympic Games 2020 for the Switch was coming around the corner. I thought, what a perfect time to start the channel. I had all the equipment, and boom, Gen 1 was served. That was back in the day when I had the Canon camera. I had every like 16, 15 minutes, I'd have to get up. That's why I have a GoPro now. The Canon looked better, not gonna lie, but the GoPro is way easier for me. And all I have to do is just, I ain't gonna bore the details, but anyway, the first gen, Mario and Sonic at the Olympic 2020 Tokyo. I don't know the order I say it in, but that was the Gen 1 first ever game on this channel. Then the second game was another game for the Switch. It was Pokemon Shield. I think I should talk about the trailers too. So we'll talk about trailers, roster picks, and the game itself. So, well, with Mario and Sonic, the whole trailer idea, when revealing a new game, I do it in the fashion of a trailer. That wasn't thought of until Gen 3, which we'll get to that next. But later in the future, I ended up making it because, you know, what if I had that idea from the start, and I made that channel trailer. Check the Twitter link in the description below. I'm gonna have to start doing pinned comments as well because people don't look at descriptions. If you go to Twitter, I have every single Gen trailer, reveal trailer, on Twitter, so you can check that out. Don't think I could put all of them here because some of it has copyright music, but so that was a Gen 1 for their reveal trailer. For Pokemon Shield, it was pretty basic. It was Homer going into a bush, and then if you play Pokemon, when you go into bushes and grass, boom, a Pokemon comes out at you. So that's where the idea came from. It could have been a bit better, but it is what it is with the trailer. Then when it came to the picks, this is when I didn't go for the real life forms. I think in like episode 2 when we talk Gen 11 through 20, that's when I started to go for the real life sizes. These guys are 1 foot tall. That's how tall they are. So right here they're pretty big. But we have I picked Grookey. Another pick that I could have picked in the future, now that I thought about it, was the legendary Pokemon. I forgot his name. Since we played Shield, he would just be Pokemon Shield and he'd be on there. Although I think he's pretty big, so maybe it was best we just pick the starters. But I just thought, I think at the time, we need more characters on the roster. So I picked the 3 starters, which is fine. That also represents the game well, other than the legendary Pokemon. But we ended up picking Grookey, but I thought to put all the starters on there. Then when it came to Pokemon Shield, I'm no Pokemon fanatic, but I could tell that the fan base didn't really like this game. The DLC's coming out for it. I don't really care for it, but if I were to have a say, I haven't been with Pokemon for a whole bunch of years, but I think Pokemon could be a lot better than what I played on the Switch. That's all I'm gonna say. But it was a whatever game. It's in the D tier. I didn't hate it. F tier is like I hated it. I didn't like playing it. Which, that's good. You know what game it is if you've followed this channel for a while. But that was Gen 2, Pokemon Shield. Then Gen 3, the reveal trailer for Gen 3. This is when reveal trailers started to kick off, and I got pretty creative on this one. It was I was teasing this for quite a while on my Twitter. And it's in the trailer, I was saying it was like he was in front of us the whole time. And then I had that perfect opportunity to have that video clip of the goose. Screw it, I pretty much revealed it. The Untitled Goose game. You should already know by now if you follow this channel what the game is. I'm trying to tease it secretly, but it's cat's out of the bag. But it was a perfect footage of Goose popping up where the Muppets are, and he's just messing with them on stage. But yeah, the honk. And that's where the first ever trailer came from the very start. It was Gen 3, and it was the Untitled Goose game. When it came to this pick, it's pretty obvious. I picked his Goose thing, and since he takes stuff in the game, I photoshopped it to where we just happen to have, I'm going to try to explain this. You know the picture I picked for Mario? My idea was, I actually didn't Photoshop or draw Mario's hair when Goose took the cap, because Goose in his games, he always takes stuff. I just so happened to find the same image but without his cap. So I was like, this is perfect. From Gen 1, when I just happened to pick that picture of Mario, there's the same artwork but without his hat. I didn't have to Photoshop or draw his hair. It was perfect. So it was like it was meant to be. That was the picture to pick for Mario. But yeah, I don't think Mario will ever get his cap back unless he changes to a different Mario, which if he gets another game, we'll talk about that in the future. Because Mario's an example of, okay, Gen 1, there's Mario. Oh, if he gets another game, what's going to happen? Not another Mario gets added, because that'd be ridiculous, but he just switches until the next game comes, and then we switch back to the classic. But yeah, I don't think Mario's going to get his cap back anytime soon, because Goose took it. It was so perfect. But yeah, since Goose takes things, decided he takes Mario's hat, and that's pretty cool. Then when it comes to his game, is D tier for me. Really short. I understand it was an indie, but it's wow, this game was really short. I thought it, and as I said at the end of the finale on that episode, I said this is going to be the shortest game in the series. Wait till episode 2 of Ace Generations and we'll talk about the shortest series. But yeah, that was Gen 3, the Untitled Goose game. Then Gen 4, this trailer deserves to be remastered or revamped because it's so lazy on my part. I don't know what I was thinking. I think I could do a lot better job. Maybe I will in the future, but right now I don't really care. But I think I will in the future, just for justice sake. And that was Animal Crossing New Horizons. I remember this game was on the GameCube. That's the main one that stood out to me. I heard about New Leaf as well for the 3DS. And when Reggie says, I'm off to play Animal Crossing New Leaf on my 3DS, or something like that whole meme. I decided, I thought it'd be a game I like. Tried it out, ended up not liking it. But when it came to the trailer, it was so basic. It just zoomed in on the spot where they're going to go. And then boom, Tom Nook and his kids are added to the roster. Timmy and Tommy, is that their name? When it came to the picks, I think that I could have just did Tom Nook. I feel like in the future, if I need some more room, we'll just say Timmy and Tommy took a trip. They took a trip to a deserted island to, I don't know, something like that. I might do that in the future. And we'll still keep Tom Nook. But when it came to this game, the trailer was whatever. My reveal trailer for it. The game, Animal Crossing is not for me. It's not for a YouTuber, in my opinion, because you have to wait for things to grow in real life. Like, this thing's gonna grow. You have to wait 2 days for it to come. I had trouble doing content for it, and I wasn't really that inspired to film that game because I didn't really like it that much. So it just ended up being cut. Episode 7 is the farthest I got to it, but yeah, it was Animal Crossing. I talked about reveal trailer. When it came to the pics, I think they're much smaller. I don't know if I decreased their size recently. And then my thoughts on the game, it was whatever. I guess I'm not an Animal Crossing type of player. Then we have Gen 5. So the first 4 games were for the Switch. Crazy. I guess Xbox didn't really have games at the time. But then Gen 5, my first ever rated M game. And you could say this was kind of a basic trailer, but it was like a hardcore rock, and that was Doom Eternal. But yeah, the trailer was pretty basic, but the Doom Eternal, we'll talk about the game later. When it came to the pick, I just put Doomguy, classic artwork or something like that. You could say I could use his newer stuff because it would still work. But we have the classic Doomguy. And I guess during my early days of putting characters on the roster, I just kind of put classic artwork of the characters. Nowadays, I kind of go for a bit more updated render of an old character if they come out with a new game or something like that. But if we're going classic from the start, then we're just going to keep the classic characters. So Doomguy, we picked a classic artwork from him that looks like Doom 1, Doom 2. But, that's my pick for Doomguy. He may look kind of small to you. I don't know if he looks small or big to you. But he actually got a size increase because I looked up. It was around like Gen 15 or something like that. I looked up the real sizes of my characters and wanted to give them more like the real life heights of them. And Doomguy's actually 7 foot tall or something like that. So I forgot what gen it was, but I had to increase his size. So he's actually a bit smaller in the older pictures, but he gets bigger in the future. Then when it came to Doom Eternal, one of the best games I played on this channel so far. It's in like the top 3, top 5 for my tier list. It's the combination, the way they force you to use different weapons on the different types of special demons, the movement you have to do, it's just everything with it. It's perfect. I really love Doom Eternal. But talk about a good first-person shooter. You gotta try Doom Eternal. If you have Xbox, Game Pass, it's on Game Pass. Try Doom Eternal, seriously. Then the 6th trailer, Gen 6 trailer, reveal trailer. It had like angelic music. It was like the stars, Earth, Mother Nature's so beautiful, but sometimes Mother Nature can be destructive and weird and rageful. Then we just said Gen 6 is Journey to the Savage Planet. One of my friends, he collabed with me. He collabed with me in It Takes Two. Marco, if you know who that is, he really loves this game. It's in it's in his top 5, I believe. And we called him Joey Savage. The main character in that game doesn't have a name. I don't think he does. But we just called him Joey Savage, so just for the heck of it. It went to angelic music, then more UFO alien type of music because it's a strange planet and it fit perfectly, and that was really cool. Then when it came to the roster pick, it was kind of hard. There's no like PNG clear image of this character, so I just had to go with the picture of him in his cover art, and I just had a Photoshop from there, so it may look a bit choppy if you look at him. Then I decided to keep the little creature on his head too. You could say that's the first alien on the roster. The first creature would probably be, if we're going real, a goose. I don't know if Pokemon counts. I guess a goose is the first real animal. But yeah, there was really no choice when it came to the roster pick for Joey Savage, as we call him. But Gen 6 Journey to Savage Planet, this game felt kind of repetitive. Like it felt like the same thing. The world felt the same when I was exploring it. Just kind of reskinned here and there. But in the end, I put in the C tier, and it had a DLC, but I didn't really pull the trigger on it. I don't want to spoil the ending of the first game. But all I gotta say is, if I were to pick someone else to fill his spot, which in the future I feel like going on the roster and picking the opposite of each character. So instead of Mario and Sonic, we pick Luigi and Tails. We just like flip the characters. Although with some you can't really do it. Like, who am I gonna replace? Oh, okay, actually no. With Joey Savage, I would pick Mark Tweed. He's in that game. I actually like Mark Tweed. He's kind of a meme. He's pretty funny in the game. But maybe in the future I will flip roles. So we'll have to see in the future. hope I'm not in order here, but Gen 7. This one was kind of the same as Doom and Animal Crossing. It was just kind of like a build up and then boom, just a little mini reveal. Nothing too creative. But that ended up being Gen 7 was Maneater. This game is also on the Game Pass if you have Xbox. When it came to the pick, we just had to pick the one herself, the Maneater. This is another pick where we had to pick, there was no clear image of the Maneater, the specific shark that we play as. So I had to, this is like Joey Savage, I had to go to their cover and Photoshop them out. That's why when I zoom out, I think it's her fin is kind of like cut. That's because the only image, pretty much the only image I could find to Photoshop the Maneater. But Maneater, I think no, it's not the biggest one no more. Well, kinda. Depends what you define as big. Tall, there's someone super tall on the roster, but that's for the next episode. But when it comes to big, I think the Maneater is the biggest one. Because in the cover, it's just like the size is like a basic shark. But when you play the game, you grow huge. But when it came to Maneater, the game was so creative, but it's not like it was a first thought idea. This idea was more thought of on the PS2 with Jaws. Jaws did this first. Then Maneater is kind of a tribute to Jaws from the past. This game also got DLC. I just skipped it. But it was so creative. You play as a shark and you actually eat things and do different quests. It's kind of cool how the story builds up. I'm talking so fast that I'm not even making sense. But anyway, you go watch my series if you want. I'm not going to spoil it, but I'm just going to say this game could have been in the B tier, but I did not like the ending, so I put it in the C tier. That's just how I feel. I was passionate about the ending. Not going to say anything else, but could have been B tier, but I didn't like that ending, so C tier. But that was Gen 7, if I'm not wrong. Maneater. Then we move on. We were still in the sea as a shark, and we're still in the sea in Gen 8, and that is, well, for the reveal trailer, it was kind of blank. And then if you knew, you knew when it was in a couple seconds in the trailer. I can hear you. Aye, aye, Captain. Boom. It was Spongebob under Bikini Bottom, or Battle for Bikini Bottom. So the title of the game. And we got pretty much the most memeiest character on the roster, SpongeBob SquarePants. It is an honor to have SpongeBob SquarePants. There are some games where I just want to play to have him on the roster. John Wick is being one of them, but John Wick Hex, that game is really bad from what I heard. So I passed on it. So maybe no John Wick for now, but we'll see in the future. But when it came to SpongeBob, his reveal trailer was cool. And then when it came to the pick, I just decided we could have gone with the classic SpongeBob, but I just picked the where he's saluting in the cover art there. Sorry, I thought I saw a bird out there or something like that. But anyway, he's saluting in the cover art, and I decided I'll Photoshop him out, and boom, we put him there. Also, he has like scraps of the bad guys in that game, the robots, kind of underneath him because he's standing tall on it. Not sure if I changed. Oh yeah, I did change his height. I forgot what gen it was when I revealed it. But if a new character goes next to someone, I look at everyone's real life size and I may shrink them down. So when you see a trailer, someone's like big, then you add the new guy and they get kind of shorter because I'm going for life sizes here. But SpongeBob, the most memeiest pick. And when it came to his game, if you know, I don't think I collabed with Kev Nation. You've seen him in some comments. He was in the Ace and Friends zombie challenges that we did. Just go ahead and go to my playlist, Ace and Friends. Boom, you'll see the zombies challenges that we did. He says he actually misses this series, and I kind of do too. Every game, whenever I beat it, I almost feel kind of sad when I beat a game, because that's it. That was the journey. We beat it. That's why, in life and in games, the journey is better than the accomplishment or the ending, or like, we're done. It's kind of better going through the journey than, when you make it. But that was Gen 7, if I'm not wrong. SpongeBob SquarePants on the roster, Battle for Bikini Bottom. Okay, never mind. I think SpongeBob is Gen 8. I got the numbers wrong here, but my pictures are right. So then we go on to Gen 9 when you're at the end of the video here. Gen 9, the reveal trailer was pretty creative. I had to use a green screen, but I didn't have to use a green screen. It was like a green screen feature that I had to deal with in the editing phase. Something new I had to do. Ended up pulling off pretty well. And it was a good trailer. It was Paper Mario and the Origami King, I think it was called. But This was one of the worst games I ever played on my channel. I did not like this game at all. I think it's because I was in a depressive state at the time. It's more of a personal issue. Maybe we'll talk about it in a subscriber special or something like that. I think it was episode 3 or 4. At the beginning, I even admit I was going through something, but we're way past it. As I say, time heals, and things will always get better no matter what. And I'm an example of it. During that generation, Gen 9, I guess it wasn't the game. It was just what was going on in my life at the time, and I was playing a game I didn't like. And I was sort of saying, am I wasting my time with YouTube? What's the point of this? I think this is a video for something else, but even though I'm still small and I kind of doubt myself still at times, I do my research and I'm still fighting to grow Ace Maverick and legitimately make this my only source of income and do what I truly love, because I love YouTube. But that's a video for another time. Gen 9, it sucked. It was Paper Mario. This was the first character where, okay, we already have Mario on the roster, and he's getting a new game. What are we gonna do? What we do is we just replace Mario, and we put it with a new model depending on his game. And this one is Paper Mario, so we take out Mario, but we take Paper Mario and then we put him in. I don't know if that's his like life size there. I should have got rid of Goose's Mario cap that he stole. And I was thinking of putting a question mark, because he's like, I thought I took your cap, or you're not Mario. Who the heck are you? But that's the obvious pick to pick with Paper Mario. The trailer was cool though. I'll admit that's one of like the top 10 trailers I ever made. But the game sucked, and Paper Mario. I'll probably never play another Paper Mario game again unless it's a good one, good game like his past one. I forgot what it was called. It's the one for the GameCube, the 1,000-Year Door. That one was good. It was truly an RPG, not this BS combat with this. You gotta move the puzzle right so you can get that enemy. It was so stupid. A lot of rage moments in that one. When I have to do Ace highlights, God, I'm just gonna go for the. It was a highlight, the depressive moment. So I actually will keep that in because that was a highlight. Then there was a lot of rage moments in there too. Especially with Doom as well, but hope you stay tuned, click the bell, subscribe for the Ace highlights, where we go through every single game and we pick the highlights out of them, and we kind of do my little meme style if I can with them. But that was Gen 9 respectively, but I didn't like you, Paper Mario and the Origami King. Then we come to the last one. We went through Gen 0 or Gen 1 to Gen 10. This was the 10th generation to hit that, the first century, if we'll call it. So the first century of games. So our first 10 games, but it wasn't 10 characters. We usually pick more characters. And that was this happens to be, we'll talk about the reveal trailer first. This one was really fun to make. I like the music in it. I think there was a scrapped version where I said Mother Nature is calling Ace. Or I forgot what I put in the final version, but I made it different, the text at the start. But you hear nature, different creatures. Then it was a pretty cool copyright. I just put Mother Nature theme song, or Mother Nature copyright music, and it happened to pop up. It worked well. It's like acorns falling down, and things knocking on wood with the the nature type of song, and boom, Grounded was revealed to be the 10th game on the channel. When it came to the roster pick, these guys are probably going to be the smallest on the roster. I think maybe we'll have to see, because these kids are small. I guess you would say, no, not really the first kids. I would probably say Timmy and Tommy are the kids. Are these like legitimate? No, Doomguy's a human. Mario, I guess, is a human. But Grounded, I decided to put all of them in there. They're small, so they're not going to take too much space, right? They are the smallest on the roster, even currently when it comes to the newly revealed games. And by the time you see this, Gen 22 and 23 got revealed. But we'll talk about those when we talk about those, which that's going to be episode 3 of Ace Generations, which we haven't even reached 30 yet. So, but anyway, Grounded reveal trailer was good. The music was fun. Then the roster pick was kind of hard. I had to search images for them, and I had to kind of Photoshop them out. That's a more harder way. The easiest way to do it for me is just search up Mario PNG, a PNG file, or I guess you call it a file, I guess, is a already photoshopped version. Like they're perfectly clear. They'll kind of blend in. There's no background to them. It's just the character. That's it. That's what makes it easy. But with these, some of these I have to Photoshop them, and took like 2 years of Photoshopping skills, so I do know what I'm doing. But when it came to them, they're the smallest on the roster. I think their name is Max, Hoops, which is my favorite, Willow, and Pete. I'm pretty sure I got those right. Yeah, because he says, "Hi, my name's Max. Max mainly in smalls," or something like that. And then when it came to Grounded, they're still adding more to the game. It was like A tier, because I love the idea. You're small, you're in a backyard, and you have to fight Mother Nature and overcome things in the game. You're living a smaller life. And then now they're taking more time to update, so now I don't know where I put it, but I would like to put it in the I don't know tier, because they're not done with the game yet. They're still adding to it. My friend loved it. He put it in the B, A tier. Now he puts it in like D, F tier, because they're not updating the game that much. But the thing is, things take time, and don't rush the game, Grounded, because you already have a really good concept. Just don't mess up the game. Keep doing what you're doing. And then hopefully we see that 1.0 release next year, I hope. We'll see. And I'll be continuing my playthrough. I have a couple episodes out. I'm probably putting it on hold, because, you know, if I do a video on it, you're already going to have those channels who people already know to come to them for Grounded. So if I put a video, it's kind of a waste of time. I should do something different. I'll just wait for the 1.0 release. But the recent thing they added from this date, you could chop down the mushrooms now, the big tree looking mushrooms. And they added the brood mother, which was a meme at first. You know, people were joking, "I found the brood mother," which is basically a wolf spider, but just bigger. But now this time they added a brood mother, which I have no clue where it is. I don't even want to. I actually hate spiders in real life. And in that game, I don't really have arachnophobia, though. I'm not really too scared to put the full model of them, because you could put... I'm rambling too much. You could put arachnophobia mode, and it turns them into like a clay model, or like more of a... You just see like the base of the spider, that's it. You don't see their legs or the texture of their skin. But anyway, Grounded is still cool. I'm all for it. Just gotta wait for that 1.0. That about does it. This was Ace Generations, just a new series. We talk about the first game I played. Episode 1, we talked about Gen 1, aka, and also the start, Gen 0, all the way to Gen 10. And I will see you in episode 2, which I can film whenever I want, because we reached the milestone of Gen 11 through Gen 20. And then there won't be an episode 3 until we get Gen 30 at least midway / finished with the 30th game, so that I could talk about it more. But this was Ace Generations. I hope you guys like, subscribe. Thank you very much. I think I want to say like the new / old people by the time this is uploaded. Thank you for clicking on a video that's more about this channel and we talk about this. Leave a comment. What was your favorite generation through 1 through 10, and why? Why was it your favorite? So I hope you guys do like, subscribe. Love interacting with you guys, talking about video games and all that. So I hope you do leave a comment. Even if you don't want to say your favorite gen, talk about anything you want, gaming related. At least gaming related to the games I was talking about. So this was Ace Generations and Ace Maverick. Hope you guys like, subscribe. I said that a million times. And we'll see you guys in the future videos to come. Peace out.